All right, let's get into it. So this one, we are going to start off with pouring clear resin into the bottom. We're going to fill our bottom up. Not all the way, we're just filling up the bottom. Move that around with a silicone brush. Or you can lift it up and move it around that way. Then we're going to take the bubbles out. Get a little bit more in there. I've seen a couple floaties in there, so I'm going to get those out real quick. Alright, so I'm going to be using some gold crushed glass for my centerpiece. I believe I got this at the dollar store. You can also find it at craft store or Mica. A lot of people like to use gold foil as well, and that's fine. But this is a lot easier than playing with gold leaf. Now let's get into our colors. Alright, colors I've chosen white, gold, and an emerald green. We're going to start with light first. We'll pinch on your cup. And we're going to want to just do thin lines all around the edge. These work really great with geodes as well. You have geode molds. And we're just going to layer our colors together. These are just mica powders. For the white, you can use pigment paste as well. And then we're going to go in one more time. Be careful with your white. It can be very overpowering and kind of overtake your colors. And we are not filling our molds up all the way because we will be doing a top coat. Just keep that in mind when you're pouring. Alright. I'll give this one a little heat and get those bubbles out. Just on low with your heat gun. And there we have it. We will let that one sit and start our next one. I'm just giving you guys 4 different kind of options here. Slide him out of the way. Alright, he's moving too much. Leave him alone. Okay, this one. We're going to kind of work backwards from what we did with this one. So we're going to do our colors first, and I'm going to go dark to light. I'm only going to do one around the edge with each color. I won't do multiple like we did on this one. Alright, and now we're going to do clear in the middle. And what that's going to do is start pulling your colors into the middle, and we'll start creating some neat effects. I'm going to get my bubbles out. Actually, we're going to put a middle in. This one, I don't know if I want to use gold or if I want to use these guys. But the white on top, I'm going to go with this just kind of, it's kind of just plain crushed glass. There's nothing really, no color to it. Just a little sparkly. Add some of those in there. Kind of like the gold better. Regret it already. Oh well. We'll see what it looks like, you know. The resin does what it wants ultimately, so we'll see what happens here. You guys want to use a crafting resin for these kind of projects, especially since you're encasing something into resin. Alright, a little bit of heat. Alright, we got the pulling happening in this one already, so that's pretty cool. We'll see what comes out of this. Well, let's try and squiggle this guy out of the way. And I'm going to switch up colors now for our next one. I'm just going to put them over here so I don't have to move them so much. Alright, next color is silver, sapphire blue, and rich purple. And I have some silver crushed glass I will put in this one. Starting off with clear in the middle. And get some heat and bubbles out on that. Now we're going to go from dark to light and put some crushed glass in there. Alright, some silver in the middle. There's a little centerpiece there. Alright, that's that. Purple. Absolutely love this color so much. Blue. Vibrant. Wow. And then a little silver. Careful with silver, it's very overpowering. Like whites can overtake a lot. Alright. Rinse and repeat like last one. Take some heat. I can watch this forever. Okay, last one, guys. We made it this far. We're gonna go silver. And I'm just gonna use it all up. There we go. And blue. And last purple. And this pattern I'm making will affect the outcome. This in and out zigzagging I'm doing. So keep that in mind. Depending on your pattern will affect your outcome. That's the purple. I'll pour the rest of the clear in here. Do its magic. Look at that. And this one I'm going to do the regular crushed glass like I did on that last green one there. Just to see what the outcome is with a little bit of plain crushed glass. Oh my gosh, it's such a tongue twister. There we go. Those are our beautiful little flowers. So we're going to let that cure overnight. Tomorrow we will see what they did because they're not going to stay this way. As you can see already in the video, they're moving around, but they are taking shape. So we will see what this turns into tomorrow. Alright, creative people, our first layer is dry and we had some interesting results. So my next step now is to put on a second layer, but I'm going to give you guys a little tip. Sometimes when you're making coasters, the backside ends up more interesting than the front. So before you go and dump color on your back, if you're using molds that you can see through, make sure you find the more interesting side. So with this one, this side underneath I think is going to be more interesting. I don't know if you guys can see that as well as I can. But we definitely got the effect I was going for in a crackle effect on that one. So I'm going to dump some more green and just do a green backing on this guy. I'm going to do the same with this guy. It looks a little more interesting on this side. These ones are kind of the opposite though. I was looking at these earlier and I can see that a lot of silver took over on this side. It still looks neat in these areas, but I'm thinking these sides are going to be more appealing visually. So we will do a clear layer on these guys. Because again, we got a lot of blotching and some purple kind of overtook on this one. Let's get pouring. It's time for Darth Vader mask time. Alright. Pour some green on these guys. How many bubbles? Rolling around a little bit here. Pop our bubbles. Okay, that's green. Alright, I'm just going to dump some clear on this and then we'll let those dry and we'll demold them and see how they turned out. Definitely gives that extra little 3D effect when you do another clear coat on there. Kind of pops all the details out. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I'm really loving this silver. It's got a lot of colors peeking through and kind of got this little wispy effect, like fur texture almost. So it's looking really cool in there. Anyway, we'll come back when these are dry. Alright, creative people, we are back. Demolding time. I'm just going to do the clear guys first. I don't know. I really like how these turned out. I mean, they didn't turn out totally centered, but that's okay. I would just really like how the colors kind of flowed together and made those patterns. It's really, really neat. So, yeah. We got a little bit of crackle effect in there. We got some pretty cool patterns in there. The purple kind of overtook it, but this is really neat in here. That is a pretty cool effect, and the sun is shining perfectly right on it. I couldn't have picked a better time of day to film this. But those are really neat. And you know, I got some little chunks in there, and that was from the silver mica powder. I didn't totally mix it all the way by the looks of it. They look like bubbles, but it's actually the mica powder. So it actually kind of gave a really neat effect, not totally mixing it all the way and get some little chunkies in there. It's kind of really neat. I enjoyed that one. Let's do this one, because this one's got a lot. I think there's a lot of neat stuff behind this silver, so let's pop this baby out. Oh yeah. See, I was right. There's a lot of silver that overtook. Silver is kind of a challenging one. It's kind of like black. It really can overpower colors. And that's basically what happened there. So yeah, this side way more interesting. We have the sun on there. And again, we got a lot of that silver pigments in there. Beautiful. I absolutely love it. You know, I probably, going forward, probably wouldn't have done the crystal glass in the middle. I think it looks better maybe without it when you get these kind of patterns going on. So that may be something to play with later on. Cool. All right, let's see how these guys turned out. So I have a feeling this one looks really cool on the other side. So I kept the green quite thin. I didn't go too hardcore. There's a little bit of transparency on the back coat here. All right, we got a lot of crackle effect on this guy. Wow, beautiful. That looks so cool. That looks awesome. I love that. That one turned out really cool. Good choice on colors. Green and gold really just go together really nicely, especially the emeralds. Let's see how this guy turned out. Not as cool. We got a little bit of crackle effect here. So layering those colors in opposite of this one kind of made some different patterns. So we got more of these stringy patterns like we did on the blue and purple ones, but still really cool, really neat. It reminds me of a seashell. You know how you get those nice little details in the shells? It's kind of what it reminds me of. And again, going forward, I don't think I would have put the crushed glass in with that. I think it's kind of taken away from this one. But yeah, really cool. Anyway, which one did you guys like the best? I think these two definitely. This one turned out really cool. I'm really happy with this one. But I really like the effects I got in this guy here. That's really neat looking. Anyway, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys thought. We're going to be making some more coasters in the future, so hit that subscribe button and make sure you guys are getting in on the deets, staying notified when I get new videos. I really appreciate each and every one of you that hits that subscribe button and helps me get my content out there. Thank you so much, and I will catch you guys on the next one.